Well, Brian, to your point, this is a Fox News alert. The U.S. and the U.K. are using jets, they're using warships, as well as submarines to strike at least 60 targets at 16 different Houthi military sites in Yemen overnight, hitting air defense systems, weapons facilities, and launch sites.
This military action comes in response to the Iranian-backed group, Houthis, repeated attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea, making it very dangerous for them to travel and endangering international trade. Since November 19th, the Houthis have launched 27 attacks as they try to stage a blockade of Israel.
So the Houthis not backing down. The group saying the U.S. and U.K., quote, committed foolishness with this treacherous aggression, and they were wrong if they thought that they would deter Yemen from supporting Palestine and Gaza.
President Biden saying, quote, we will not hesitate to direct further measures to protect our people and the free flow of international commerce as necessary. Meanwhile, all of this comes as Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, still in the hospital, says he basically directed it from his lap table on his hospital bed. Yeah. Let's bring in Brigadier General Rob Spalding, U.S. Air Force. General, your thoughts about our decision to hit the Houthis last night?
Well, you know, every time that we drop a bomb or pull a trigger, it's a policy failure. And in this case, what happened was 3 years ago, the administration said they were going to stop supporting the Saudis' war against the Houthis. Even worse, they cozied up to Iran. So Iran is supporting Hamas, the Houthis, Hezbollah, despite their interest in supporting any terrorist group with a name starting with H. I think what we have to realize, we're spending blood and treasure, probably over $100 million for this operation alone. Our forces are getting attacked, and it's all because of failed policy decisions.
Yeah. General, we read the quote from their spokesperson, but later on in their statement, they said Yemen continue its religious and humanitarian stance and will remain alongside Gaza with everything it can and will not increase it. They talk about the religious point of view as well and the humanitarian point of view. So my question is, this administration has said that they can negotiate with these people, but it's deep within inside of them. So do you think it's a little naive to think that you're going to be able to convert them religiously?
Well, it's not just their religion. I mean, understand that we have given money to the Iranians, and the Iranians are giving them money and weapons. So they can have all the religion they want, but if they don't have money and weapons, they can't do anything against us. And I think this is the big problem. You know, if we did a lot more thinking, we could do a lot less fighting.
General, I know that they support Hamas. They're backed by Iran, as you've said. Joe Biden in 2021 stripped the Houthis of their terrorist designation. So who exactly are they, and what exactly do they want?
Well, obviously, they're fighting for control of Yemen, and they're aligned religiously and ideologically with Iran, as is much of the region. So I think what they want, obviously, what anybody wants in their region, is to control that area. And the Saudis recognize them as a threat, and we're going after them, and we were supporting them in that. I think more importantly, though, if we took a harder stance against Iran, and if we cut them off, it would be far harder for them to support these guys.
Yeah, General, we've got some graphics to show kind of the timeline. It was just a couple of days ago that they have launched over 20 drone strikes and missiles in the Red Sea. More than 100 Houthi launched drones have been shot down since October 17th. And as you can see, they've attempted nearly 30 attacks on international shipping in that very important Red Sea area, endangering commercial travel. As you just said, this strike last night cost us $100 million, probably, spread with the United States, the United Kingdom, and our coalition partners. They hit 60 targets in 16 locations with 100 precision-guided munitions. Given that graphic, obviously, they took out wherever they were keeping drones. But does that stop them? Did we hit all the stuff, or do they have more stuff to go?
Well, if you go all the way back to the Iraq War, you remember the hunt for Scuds. It's very, very hard to find these things that are distributed around the property of the territory of Yemen. And, you know, so, yes, we hit some things, but ultimately it's going to be very difficult to stop these attacks. You know who's not getting attacked, though? the Chinese. Why are the Chinese not getting attacked? Because they're supporting the Iranians, they're supporting the Houthis. I mean, this is obvious what's going on here, and unfortunately, we're just not thinking straight. If we had changed our policies with regard to who we supported, Saudis in Israel instead of Iran, we wouldn't have this problem.
Right. The Saudis were getting rocketed regularly. When they wanted to take action, they used our equipment. They were using our material. We would supply them. And then all of a sudden, when they said, well, after this administration comes in, they say, the Saudi Arabia, you're a pariah nation. Houthi rebels, in an effort to get the Iranians to the table to negotiate another bad nuclear deal, they released that. They changed that designation. And the reward is we get rocketed now. So can you explain to people the school of thought is the best way to be peace in the Middle East is to hit them hard, consistently, and let them know, let them not come up for air. A small attack is worse than no attack.
Well, you got to go to the source, and that's Iran. And I don't think we haven't shown any propensity to go after Iran. I think, Brian, the big thing that what you just said is the Saudis were paying for it. Now we're paying for it. And I think the other thing that you have to recognize is when you go right back to the root of this, not only is it Iran, but it's China supporting Iran. So there's so many policies that we have today in this country. You know, if you go back to what the ancient Chinese Sun Tzu said about a general, the acme of a general is, you know, winning a war without fighting. And we're not very good at that right now. And I think that's the big problem that comes out of these strikes.
Yeah, General, just to build on Brian's point, what's the delay? And again, I hate talking about military strategy on air, but what's the delay of going after their leadership? Because I think that's one thing we saw in the Trump administration is that, yeah, you went after the weapon depots. That's great. But when you really hit their leadership, that's when you really get them to change course or at least pause.
Right, and you remember what happened. You know, we went after General Soleimani, who was responsible for leading all the attacks in the region. And at the same time, the president came out and made very clear statement to the Iranian leadership: if you continue, you are going to pay a price. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, and I just don't understand it, we think that cozying up to Iran will be a better policy outcome for the United States. It's not. It's costing us blood and treasure. And we're just not making the right decisions in the region. I just can't explain it.
General, what is your response to Lloyd Austin? He's been in the hospital. This was a secretive hospital visit, and he's still in the hospital. We're making major decisions, attacking the Houthis. What is your reaction to that? How do you think that this all plays out, and do you think he needs to be held accountable for that?
Well, there's no doubt that chain of command is absolutely paramount. You know, I think a lot of people are just very surprised and shocked that the secretary, who's a retired four-star that knows that he has a responsibility to notify and change that authority, that is inexplicable.
Yeah, no kidding. That's why the Inspector General at the Pentagon is launching an internal investigation. But I think we know where they're going to say somebody dropped the ball. General, thank you very much for joining us on this Friday.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.